course, the moment I go to record, I've lost all my light. It's thundering outside, and someone is mowing, which is weird because I'm going to assume the rain is going to come and you don't mow when it's rainy. But regardless, let's talk about the Muse tea. So by the time this video has come out, that means that I have put out the call for testers, which will be a Google form. Do not slide my DMs. Google form. But this is her with all of her ends not woven in, because weaving in ends is a choice. This is knit on a size 13 needle. I held one skein of DK. I used my loop boucle DK. I held two strands of fingering and one strand of mohair. The strand of mohair honestly doesn't do anything for gauge. It just adds these little ribbons of color that you can kind of see. I'll hold it up closer. So this kind of gauges as like a bulky when you hold all these strands together. I wanted to hold multiple strands and create different kind of depths of color. You don't have to hold such a textured yarn. I just preferred a textured yarn. I kind of wanted to have a little bit of like a teddy bear feel. It is a drop shoulder, which means here's your shoulder seam, and it actually sits lower than that. There's about 20 inches of positive ease in this knit. This is loosely based off of Daisy Jones, the 70s, and Free People. That's where my inspo came from. So think of like a modern 70s knit. This is perfect for layering. It's very, very simple. I think it knits up fast, in my opinion. I originally did it on like a size 10, 11, and then I was like, that's too slow. So I bumped up the needle size because I wanted something that was fast. It's very, very customizable. I did mine with a split, and I made my back longer than my front, which is easy because you're in the round, so you just stop and then go back and forth. You don't need to know any special stitches for this. All you need to know is a knit and a purl, and not even a knit two together, and how to pick up stitches. That's it. Okay, there's an oversized fit. So here's my sleeve, and this is actually where the sweater itself ends. So you can definitely see the ease in it. What else about this lovely knit? I did not, oops, I'm covering my mic. I did not put a edge on my neck. This is a boat neck. So usually, you'd pick up for the band and then like do a 1-2 rib or whatever. I didn't do that. Let me move this. I kind of wanted it to look a little bit more raw and kind of worn, you know what I mean? But you can do that if you want. If you use a smaller needle, then you'll have like a tighter neck if you want something a little bit more snuggly. But I wanted something loose. I wanted something that looked like it would be something in my wardrobe, a little bit more natural looking, and less of like, oh, you knit that, you made it. Like, yes, I did, but I just wanted like I picked it up, got it from somewhere. Okay, you can do a 2-color. I have 2 colors because I dyed another skein of my mohair, and I didn't have the recipe, so I had to just wing it. But this is a size large, and the large is for 40 something bust. So, and then you add the ease into it and you're about 60 something. So you can definitely either knit your size, or I think there's some wiggle room that you can go down one, but it just depends on how you want your fit. I used 2 skeins of DK that were about 200 something yards, and then I used 3 skeins of fingering, but I needed a little bit of fingering at the very end of it. I really didn't need like a whole other skein, and the DK is the same thing. So it wasn't like I was busting into those last 2 skeins and I was like halfway through them. It was nothing. I also didn't do a lot of sleeve. I think I did like 10 rows on my sleeves. I didn't really count, but like you can't really, really notice. So it's a very easy knit. It's a very stash bustable knit. Once testers are done, then I will totally have this pattern out, and it's going to be great. You're going to love it. I think I want a couple in my wardrobe. I do maybe want one with a longer sleeve. Maybe I'll even make this the same length since one is longer than the other. It's just easy. It's an easy, simple thing. It's very customizable. I want something that is basic, but basic in a good way that you can switch it up how you want. There's a lot of play with color in here because there's no color work. It's very simple. You can take all your scraps and do a fade if you want and marl it. You could just knit it in one color, whatever floats your boat. But this is the Muse tee. I'm so excited for it to come out. Bye, guys.